In the previous video, we created the stream center line, we created the bank lines, and we also created the flow paths at both sides of the overbank, the left overbank and the right overbank. In this video, we are going to create cross sections. And to do that, we need to understand why the cross section is very important, just like we mentioned when we define the bank lines. The distance between the cross sections is important to calculate the water surface elevation and water transfer, which are all accounting for the energy loss. The cross section also help us to properly model the water behavior in the channel. The cross sections can be inserted at least must not be more than 500 meters apart. We can have as many cross sections as possible. The more the better, but the more work because we have to do some editing towards the end. So to create the cross sections, we have to go back and open a cross section, open a RAS-MAPPER, and we can go back. And one thing I want to mention is that we should have one cross section at the opening entrance of the first covert, another cross section at the exit of the covert, a cross section at the entrance of the second covert, and the cross section at the exit of the second covert. And we can have as many cross sections towards the end as possible. But we don't know, so let me go back to the diagram. We can have two more downstream, so we can use this diagram as a guide. So right now we're just going to go back and start editing. So to create the cross sections, I want to leave them very close to the channel banks. So I'm going to hit edit, right click, hit edit geometry on the base geometry, select cross sections, let it highlight, and I'm going to start from the top upstream, then downstream, and I'll delineate left overbank to right overbank looking downstream. So I'm going to pick the first point. I'll pick this point, and here I'll pick another point here. You see how the cross section must intersect all the lines. So I have another cross section here. I have a cross section here, possibly. I want that, so I can take it a little bit up because I want to start. So we can have it here, so we can have one cross section here. And we can hit the delete. Mm. So I want to leave one cross section very close. Right here. I want a cross section here, so I'm going to do. I want another cross section here, very close. There's going to be a cross section at the opening entrance. And we can do edits, and I can do that. I go back, I select this feature and add more. I think it's too far from my liking. I'm gonna do that here. Okay. I'm gonna edit it. I want it. Okay, so we can pick the next one. I want a cross section here. I want a cross section here. And if we like, we can put a cross section here. Um, and maybe we can do something like this. So we end up having more cross sections that we had anticipated, but that's fine. I just want to show that we can have as many cross sections as possible. So right now we can hit here save, and we can right click and open attributes so we can see the cross sections we've created. So we have the cross sections, the ID down. So total we have about 13 cross sections created. So we can close it. So we had an extra, we can delete cross sections. And we'll go to File, Save. So far we've created the cross section, so we can also inspect the cross section here. So what we need to do is to right click 81 and say selected, plot terrain profile. So we have this cross section, and we can see the other one. Select, we'll have the cross section, and we'll have this. We'll have the cross sections as well. We can select each of them, or the cross section. Select, we'll have the cross sections. When we come here, select, we have the cross section this way. Then when we come here, we have the cross section. We'll fix this. This is due to the wing wall. When we come here, we have the cross section. And when we come here, we have the cross section as well. Here, we have the cross section. And we can see all the cross sections. You can see all the cross sections. We can select it. We have the cross section, so we're gonna use that. So with that, we can save. We close it, and what we need to do next is to save a file. We can also see the cross section in our cross section editor. So how to do that is we open the geometry editor. We go to view, and we say full plot, and now we have the cross section. So this is our river our river, and these are the cross sections, and this is the overbank, the bank lines. Here we have intersection. So this will be useful to create our 1D model. So we have about 13 of them, and we can look, take a more detailed look at the cross sections. So we can go back and look at all the cross sections. And you can see the list of the cross sections, about 13 of them. So we can close this and exit. We save. So we close our RAS-MAPPER. So in the next video, we are going to start looking more into the model. We're going to try to make some edits and build the steady flow data, and then make progress from there. So I will see you in the next video.